Now today I have a really nice video for you, which is a very important belly dancing move, the 6 top circles for belly dancers to know. So circles, hip circles are such a beautiful move. We use them all the time in belly dancing. There are many different ways to use them. So if you'd like to find out my top favorite hip circles, please keep watching. So first of all, we have our really basic hip circle. So for this one, we stand with our feet just hip width apart, have our pelvis tucked in, our chest up, and we're moving our hips around. Now with the circle, you want to make sure that your hips are facing the front the whole time. It's very different when I'm coming around into a figure 8 or if I'm twisting. That's a different move. For the basic hip circle, we're coming forward, to the side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, and then smoothing it out. If this is a new move for you, keep in mind how your weight is balanced in your feet. So as I come back, I feel it more on my heels. As I come to the side, more on the sides of my feet that way. As I come forward, more on the front of my feet, and also my hips are pushed forward a little, and other side more this way. So from the side, you can see my hips moving around, but still facing the front. Of course, we can do these nice and slow, or we can speed them up as well. It's also important for this move to keep your knees nice and soft. Now, the next number 2 hip circle is our big hip circles. So for this, all we do is simply step our feet a little wider to be able to lengthen the hip circle. Now, if you've got this move, what's really nice is if you bring your arms into it as well. So what I like to do is when I'm coming back, when my hips are back, crossing my arms at the front and then opening up. So it's like, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, opening up. Really beautiful movement. Another way. That's the other thing with hip circles. I find nearly every single student I've had, as well as myself, there's always a way that you prefer to move your hips. So for me, as you maybe notice, if I'm looking down, my hips are going in a clockwise direction on the floor, but you might prefer anti-clockwise direction. So please make sure you try both and see which one feels better for you. The next type of hip circle we can do is often called a break, where we add our feet into it. So with a break, we're standing here and we step out, coming around and back together. So step out, around, back together. So what am I doing in this one? Let me break it down. With my feet, all I'm doing is coming across and out, and then back together. So coming across and out, and together, out, across, together, out, across, together. So if you've watched my video about the sweep move or the rond de jambe, it's similar, but we're doing a semicircle to the front. So if I'm looking down, it's like I'm drawing an arc just in front of me, so that way. So I'm coming around, together, around, together. Then of course I'm adding my hips into it. So when I come around to the front, my hips are pushing to the front. When I come to the side, I'm pushing my hips to the side, and as I come back, my foot steps in. So really slowly, like this. And then you can add your knees into it, and add your arms into it as well. So when I come across, I'm bending that knee, coming back, together. The other thing you might like to do is bend both knees when you come back. So there's 2 variations on this move. One is with your knees straight as you come back, the other is with your knees back bent. So I'll show you the difference. So that was knees straight. And that was knees bent. So see what you prefer and see which feels better for you, as well as the directions. Now, the next shimmy, or hip circle we can do is our shimmy. So in Tahitian dancing, which is coming into belly dancing now, I think maybe because Sadie, she really loves these kind of moves, is to do your hip circle really, really fast so that it becomes like a shimmy. I'm still working on this one, keeping this one, it's hard for me to keep, but it does add a really beautiful movement to your hips. So this is really small circles, very, very tiny, but really, really fast, until you're shaking. Yes, okay, and so what's our next hip circle? Next one is where you bring your knees into it. So when you bring your knees into it, I'm coming around, it's a small circle, but my knees bend and my knees go around. So often in warm-ups, you might warm up your knees like this. This is a very similar move to this, but you're adding in your hips. So as I come down, my hips are back, and then around and up. So down, around and up, down, around and up. I always associate this move with Dina because she does this a lot, and she uses it more as a transition move, and it's quite dramatic. So she could be doing something like a shimmy over here, and then she falls into this hip circle, and then does something else on the other side, and then into the hip circle again. And as you saw, a really nice hand movement for this one is if you have one touching your temple, and then as you come around, you bring your other hand across. So this is a great one if you have like a little split second in your music where you want to change but you're not sure how to lead one move into the other, you can add this in. Now, final hip circle, horizontal hip circle I want to talk about is adding in our feet. So our horizontal hip walk. So again, we're keeping our hip circle and then we're just stepping into it. So how am I doing this one? Basically, when my hip comes out, my foot also comes out with it. So as I'm coming forward, I take the weight off this foot. As I come to the side, I step back on this foot, and then as I come to the back, my other foot comes off. So really slowly, I'll show you. So it's forward, step, back, step, forward, step, back, step, forward, step, back, step, other way, forward, step, back, step, forward, step, back, step. And these are often done in Saidi dancing as well, and it's nice with a little accent as well. So if you come around and then you can pop back. So in the pop back, all I'm doing is bring my foot in, but then also really sucking in. So from the side and pop back, side and pop back. So here are my top 6 circles. I hope you like them as well. If you have any comments, please let me know. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I have lots more videos coming out, tutorials as well as discussions. And of course, if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Thanks for watching and happy dancing.